Сегодня мы находимся в музее Shindagha, куда приходили караваны со всего мира, привозили грузы и товары. Третье тысячелетие до нашей эры. Уже эти места были известны. Из Персии, из Египта привозили грузы и товары на Аравийский полуостров. Из Индии, из Юго-Восточной Азии, из Китая приходили грузы. Торговали жемчугом, увозили его в Индию, там делали золотые изделия и далее возили по всему миру уже золотые изделия. То есть Дубай как раз лежал на пересечении торговых путей из Европы в Африку и в Азию. А в 80-е годы с открытием торговых зон, свободная экономическая зона Джебел-Али была открыта в 1985 году, и товары отправляются по всему миру. В Америку, в Европу, в Азию, в Гонконг. И здесь можно увидеть, как выглядела старая бухта Крик. Как двигались лодки, корабли. Вот такие названия этих лодок. Самая маленькая — это Абра. Вот мы идем по музею, смотрим, как выглядели эти районы в прошлом столетии, в позапрошлом веке. Здесь были маленькие здания, построенные в стиле Персии, в стиле Ирана. Вот так бухта Крик уходила в глубину пустыни. И вот первый мост, который построили, это был мост Аль-Мактум. Аль-Мактум-бридж, 1963 год. И, конечно, была таможня. Были склады, которые позволяли хранить грузы и товары. Вот так двигались корабли Дау, каботажные суда. И здесь были старые рынки и в районе Дейра, и в районе Бар-Дубай. Рынки золота, рынки специй, рынки текстиля. Продают и одежду, и обувь, и сувениры. И самое старое здание Дубая — это Аль-Фахиди форт, крепость Аль-Фахиди. Построена в 1797 году. Она имела суд, тюрьму. Ну и, конечно, за высокими стенами могли спрятаться практически все жители города. И в середине 50-х годов начали делать углубление бухты Крик. То есть ее расширили, углубили, закатали в бетонные берега в 1959 году. Это отец нынешнего правителя, его высочество шейх Рашид бин Саид аль-Мактум. Он был первым вице-президентом страны Объединенные Арабские Эмираты, которую создали шейх Заяд, шейх Рашид 2 декабря 1971 года. Так строился порт Рашид. Он был построен в 1972 году. И в Дубае очень много банков, но национальный банк Дубая, Emirates NBD, он, конечно, самый знаменитый. В нем на 15 этаже находится музей жемчуга. Дубайский муниципалитет, старое здание которого сейчас восстанавливают, а новое здание, построенное в 1979 году, открывала английская королева, королева Елизавета II, и ей вручили золотой ключ от этого муниципалитета. Это старая башня с часами, Clock Tower. Да, и были мечети, школы. Аль-Ахмадия School, самая первая школа Дубая, в которой учился правитель Дубая шейх Мухаммед бин Рашид аль-Мактум. Вот так люди смотрят фильмы. Здесь можно посмотреть информацию о том, как делались работы швейные, инструментами работали мастера. Это то, что необходимо было для добычи жемчуга. А это рыбацкие принадлежности, крючки, снасть, грузики, посуда. А это Коран. Так строились эти дома. И вот мы оказались в кинотеатре. Буквально через 1 минуту начнется фильм.
The land you see before you was never barren or empty. For generations, people have been living in what is known today as the United Arab Emirates. In this area, defined by sea and desert, life has always thrived. In the north, tools dating back further than 100,000 years have been found, testifying to the existence of important communities. In the southwest, elaborately constructed burial mounds are evidence of a sophisticated civilization. Weapons and tools collected in the Dubai desert mark the existence of a local merchant's culture, adept at trading with other nations. Finally, in the southeast, ingenious farmers used falaj, a traditional irrigation system filled by underground mountain reservoirs, proving that people could grow food and survive in a challenging desert environment.
Two centuries ago, we were a small coastal settlement, and the creek was inhabited on both shores. When the men went out to sea, the town would feel empty. Women took care of the household and the community. We enjoyed watching our children dive into the creek. They would play with toys that they had shaped from pieces of driftwood and dream of the day when they would sail with their fathers. Most of us lived in houses made from material provided by date palms. Drinking water was a constant worry. We managed by getting water from local wells. We survived on dates, fish, camel milk and bread. Rice was imported and expensive. Our diet was supplemented by goods and spices from India, Persia, and East Africa. Life was simple. The creek was tidal and unpredictable, and boats could easily run aground at low tide, while at other times were flooded. However, God protected us, and change for the better was coming. Almost overnight.
In the summer of 1833, life in this small settlement became much less precarious. Sheikh Maktoum bin Buti and around 800 Baniyas tribesmen decided to settle permanently in Dubai. Under his leadership, the population doubled and successfully withstood pressure from neighboring tribes, securing the ancestry of the Al Maktoum family. Successive rulers provided Dubai with security, adapting the city's administrative structures to the changing economic and political requirements of its growing trading and pearling community. Many other towns along the southwestern coast of the Arabian Gulf also have sheltered inlets and creeks. What sets Dubai's apart is that its channel cuts very far inland and provides a harbour deep enough for seafaring vessels to be offloaded. The Al Maktoums realized the economic value of this advantage. In 1902, Sheikh Maktoum bin Hashar reduced import tariffs, establishing Dubai as a free trade port. The ruler offered merchants from abroad free land and personal guarantees of protection in his peaceful trading haven. Postal services started in 1909, and many significant institutions and trading houses were founded during this time. The policies bore fruit. The increase in trade attracted numerous people, and between 1906 and 1926, Dubai's population grew dramatically. Many prominent Emirati families were involved as traders and merchants.
Was hard work. Thousands of us spent 4 hot summer months at sea for the big dive, and some of us continued when the water was cold. We would dive every day to the maximum of our abilities. We spent a minute on the bottom collecting as many sharp shells as possible, while we were always aware of the sea creatures around us. We did not fear sharks as much as jellyfish and stingrays. Some of us wore a thin white shirt as feeble protection. A diver had to work in depths of 11 to 25 meters. Some of us could go even deeper. We finished diving before sunset. Aboard our boats, we lived as a tightly knit community. The bonds we shared lasted through the good and the bad years, and certainly throughout our lives. Sometimes the sea would play tricks on our minds. Through our dreams, many legends were born. It was a difficult way to earn a living and to provide for our families. After sunrise, we opened all the oysters together and waited for the sun to warm us before we would endure long stints back in the water.
Pearling was an integral part of Emirati society and a continuous source of prosperity for Dubai's economy. Many local traders would travel to faraway places, trading pearls for goods that would fill the market with food, spices, tools, clothing, and wood to build more boats. When pearling became less profitable, Dubai experienced some difficult times. With the arrival of the cheaper cultured pearl from Japan, the Great Depression of 1929, and finally World War II, part of this local society's distinctive cultural and economic landmarks all but disappeared. During the war, trade around the creek was hindered, which plunged the population into an economic crisis. After the conflict, commercial activities were at an all-time low, with goods slow to return. There were minimal medical services, few formal schools, and people had to fend for themselves. With the demise of the pearling industry and fewer boats going out to sea, many men had to find work elsewhere in the Gulf, leaving their families behind. Sheikh Said bin Maktoum Al Maktoum understood that in order to aid his people, Dubai would need a strong, modern economy. Thanks to his progressive vision on trade, he brought the merchants together, reduced import and export tariffs, and restored Dubai's reputation as the warehouse of the Gulf. Gradually, Dubai overcame its difficulties. Under Sheikh Said, an ambitious multi-generational program of modernization and building began. Sheikh Said was instrumental in securing the first hospital for Dubai. It was the only one in the 32,000 square miles of the Crucial States. Prompting the British Bank of the Middle East to open an office along the harbour. Thanks to Sheikh Said's vision, businesses and services thrived. This enlivened markets to the extent that Dubai would soon see its first independent financial institution. During the rule of his son Sheikh Rashid, the National Bank of Dubai was founded. Unfortunately, the creek's role of being at the forefront of Dubai's prosperity would be challenged again, this time by nature itself. Trade and oil exploration in the Middle East was picking up. The Dubai Creek was much in demand, as heavy equipment that was needed for the region's new economic activity, along with consumer goods, were imported. The silting of the creek became so pronounced that boats often ran aground and had to be dragged off the sandbanks. Many shipments were lost. In 1954, Sheikh Said bin Maktoum Al Maktoum's son, Sheikh Rashid bin Said Al Maktoum, ordered a survey of the extent of the silting. By 1959, the dredging of the creek was complete. Despite some years of inconvenience caused by the dredgers, Dubai was now the port of choice for shipping agents and private ship owners alike. Sheikh Rashid said that in the past Dubai had been built around the creek, but the time had come to build the creek around Dubai's future. Continuing his father's eagerness for Dubai's prosperity, Sheikh Rashid began by creating a municipality in order to introduce modern administration. A municipal council and chamber of commerce were formed to gather the input of the merchants in planning future developments. A police force was set up, and later a survey was initiated in order to provide better water supplies. The Dubai electricity and telephone companies were also created. Ever-growing trade and travel now took to the air, so an airstrip was built near the creek. Within 3 years, jet aircraft would use the brand new airport. The international shipping agency Gray Mackenzie was instrumental in the growth of Dubai during this period. Also, to avoid long detours around the head of the creek, the Maktoum Bridge linking Dubai to Dera was constructed. Sheikh Rashid, a firm believer in business education, initiated the foundation of the Dubai Trade School. Soon after, the long-awaited revenues from oil secured Dubai's prosperity for good, spawning the construction of Port Rashid and accelerating Dubai's growth in the final decades of the 20th century. However, Dubai's true strength lay in the fortitude of its people and their ability to turn natural obstacles and man-made hardship into prosperity.
Let us make our way through this magnificent land today. Let's make our way between stunning harbors and lively souks. Bring along a pen and paper. Let me collect memories old and people's adages. Let us pause when we get get to the bridge, looking and staring, a picture in my mind becomes a page. The skyline of Dubai, let me behold. Marvel the vista painted by streets and buildings around, where the creek flows like a river. Upon sunset, the reflection of the water shines. Here ships come and ships go, crisscrossing the water like convoys and caravans, or a pageant in parade. Let the last thing we see be this wonder of wonders, this wonder of time, this wonder of place.
Посмотрели фильм, выходим дальше. Министерство культуры и Министерство счастья подводят итоги того, что сделано для изучения Дубая. Всегда просят оставить отклик. Ну и вот сувенирная лавочка.